Okay, so to some of you, this might be kind of a boring little video, but I just want to touch base, get off the little prank thing for a split second. I just looked at a video, and it was of where I was for 21 years of my life, Las Vegas, and it reminded me of how I used to live in the Las Vegas Country Club and used to traverse the Hilton Hotel, which was next door across the street from Joe W. Brown. And I used to work in the freaking golf course that I lived in. I loved that. I both worked in the cart barn and I was in food and beverage. And I used to go over to the Hilton, man, and when I had free time, and I just started getting good at blackjack. And so I don't know if any of you guys know this or not, but yes, I do consider myself a professional blackjack player. I have reasons that I could tell you about. One of them is, I had a blackjack tournament. I joined it. I started playing. I started winning all the tables, and then the dealer misdealed me. So according to that misdeal from the dealer, which I had my money out, but she acted like I didn't, the whole game was flopped for me, and some other guy ended up getting on the last table. All right. So, but I think I would have won the tournament. I don't care what anyone says. I'm a professional blackjack player when I want to play. 4-deck shoes. My favorite 4-deck shoes. I don't like 1-deck, 2-deck. I don't like any of that. 4-deck shoes. I can feel the power of the 20s and the 21s better with the 4-deck shoe. And I don't mind an electric shuffler. I guess it depends where it's from. But 6 major casinos in Las Vegas a while back in like 2002, were discovered for cheating, using long-haired dealers to cover an earpiece. And they were telling the dealers, hey, act like, that guy didn't put any money out, or do this, or accidentally hit that person, or, they all kinds of cheating mechanisms they'd use. And in case there were people in there that were honing in and trying to win the table, they would try to disturb the table by using that technique. So big casinos too, but they didn't mention them, none of them. But it was on the news. So major casinos in Las Vegas, they did get caught cheating, and they do cheat. So when you go in there and you think, this, that, and the other, this should be fun, we'll probably lose. Yeah, you'll probably lose, because not only are they got an edge against you, they are also countering, people that are good at gambling. That's one of the main things is if we can, get someone just for trespassing, that's good enough, to get them out of our casino. And so eventually I did. I had like $2,500 in my pocket at all times. And it would fluctuate from that to $3,000. And then one day I said, I need to make at least $10,000. So I started screwing around. It took about 3 days. I got up to $6,500. But weeks were going by. I had $2,500 in my pocket at all times. I was buying everything I needed. So I'm a professional. I like roulette now, but I'll tell you why. There's better odds in roulette. If you play a 72% placement on all the 35-1 numbers, which is there's 38 numbers, counting the 0 and the double 0 and the 36, but they pay 35-1. So if you know how to lay down on those good odd numbers, the numbers are the good odds, 35-1. Don't play any of the outside roulette, just play the inside numbers. They're going to pay the most, and play an even spread. Play maybe 3 times the minimum on 8 numbers, maybe 6 times the minimum on 7 numbers, and probably, maybe 16 times the minimum on your high side. So if you hit that, you're going to get paid really good. If you hit your low end placement, you'll just get close to kind of like a push, in blackjack. But if you hit your middle or high side, you're winning, and you hit like 62% of the time. You continue to hit these numbers because you're placing so many numbers. Now, what they do is they use a technique to scare you off the table. What they'll do is they'll tell the person rolling the wheel, hey, don't give him time to place all his numbers. Another thing you always want to remember, place your numbers solid. Never crosshair them. Never in between two numbers. Even though you can do that, it'll confuse your payout ratio if you don't play them whole. So you can do the math really easy. 35 to 1. I had a number. The rest I lost. I understand. But this one, 35 to 1. I got this many chips down. You know it's solid. You know how much you're going to get paid. Figure it out really quick that way. That's just a tip. But blackjack I enjoy too, but you actually have to use a lot of, I mean, even in roulette, you got to kind of use some psychic. But in blackjack, I don't count cards like a card counter. I use another technique, which is likelihood equations. You know, what is the likelihood that I can bust the dealer? What is the likelihood that I can skip hitting a 12, let the rest of the cards play out on the other players? And people look at me, well, why didn't you hit that? It was just a 12. I said, because I didn't want to. And you know another reason why I didn't want to? Because I can do what the fuck I want within the rules, the boundary and the rules of blackjack. So I scare everybody off the table, and that's how I control a table. That's how I win at blackjack. Everyone gets off the table, then they hang around. They don't want to leave. They want to watch me play because I double and I split everything. When I start hitting 2, 3, 4 hands, I started doing crazy shit. I went into Golden Nugget with $100 in my pocket after losing $300 in the morning. And when I was relaxed after work, I had $100. I said, well, I got to make my rent back. So I went in there with $100 in an hour and 48 minutes. I had almost 12 grand. I was just shy of 12 grand. But the thing I'm trying to make, the point is, when I lived in Las Vegas, I knew everything like the back of my hand. There were places that even the security, I could hop a wall that you would think, security would be on me in a second, but I would know for a fact, no, they won't. I knew every wall I could hop, everything, place I could go, and because I do everything on my feet, I was good at it, So anyway, the Hilton though. Now it's the Westgate Hotel. Look at the most recent tour of the Westgate. That's what I looked at every day. Those chandeliers, beautiful chandeliers. Elvis Presley lived there in 1969 to 1971 or something, and actually shot his TV or put a bullet hole in the wall or something. But when I look at that video, 2018 Westin, it used to be the Hilton, but now it's the Westgate Hotel. It just trips me out to see, oh man, I've seen every change they've made to the pavement, to the parking lot. They brought the Metrolink in. I remember that. Wow, man, it just trips me out. I just am doing this as kind of like it as a, hey, have you ever had a place that you loved a lot? And the only thing I didn't like about Vegas was after a while, they get aggravated if you're the type of person who knows how to put somebody off and make gains in Las Vegas. Use Las Vegas to your advantage. They start to, get disgruntled, the police officials and stuff, because they know most of your money gains are freaking probably not legal anyway. So, I mean, the thing is about Vegas is you don't know what to expect. So and you had to deal with, eventually we had to deal with a large barrage of gangsters moving in. So I just want to let you know, if you go to Vegas, be prepared. Understand the only way you're going to enjoy yourself there is if you know what casinos aren't going to cheat as much, or hopefully not much at all. And you got to know your game. You got to have the game you want to play and are good at. You can't just get on a machine and think you're going to win, man. Don't get on a machine. My advice to you is pick out a game that you like. Pai Gow poker, baccarat, blackjack, roulette, and play the son of a bitch and see what happens. I mean, I guarantee I put beads of sweat on the balls of some of these supervisors that run the casinos when they see how quick I can make, several grand from just like $100. So they're quick to notice that shit, bro. I mean, if they notice that you're quick at it about too, on top of it, they'll try to keep you from switching tables. They'll kind of, they'll try to persuade you to talk to the pit boss and get you off track. That's why I quit playing blackjack, because you can't be, that psychic mode can't be cut, like if it's cut with a knife, like from a pit boss interrupting you, that psychic mode leaves, and then all of a sudden you're at, risk just like every other gambler of losing. because they've disturbed your mindset, man. So that's all I'm saying.